You know, I was wondering how long it would take for the shill media to start running defense for Sweet Baby Inc., considering this whole escapade started last week on roughly Friday, give or take, and we are now on Thursday. I cannot believe it actually took them nearly a full week before they finally stepped in to try and quell the situation, as if anyone was going to take them seriously to begin with. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and what am I referring to? Well, obviously we're going to talk about it, but first let's take a look at this tweet from Kabrutus himself, the man behind the Sweet Baby Inc. curation page. Before we get into this, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and with the Sweet Baby Inc. situation growing exponentially out of the control and out of the hands of any and every YouTuber, gamer, and person on Twitter, even the creator himself, it is to the point where it's taken on a life of its own, and we need to feed this beast. But what did Kabrutus have to actually say? I want to make a personal request to everybody out there who cares about me and my cause. Do not ever accept talking to these big outlets, specifically about what we, as the gaming community, are doing right now. Never forget that these journalists do not care about us, they do not care about our hobby and the things we love. They are sided with the big techs and the corporations, not us. They only care about the money and their own personal beliefs. We will not allow legacy media the opportunity to twist their narrative. Evil cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin what good forces have invented and made. Hail! Now, why would he say something like this? Why would such an articulate and eloquent tweet come to fruition? Well, let me show you, children. Oh, Alyssa Mercante. Alright, so, this is a shill journalist for Kotaku. I spoke with the team at Sweet Baby Inc. and infiltrated the Discord group, rallying against them to try and paint a clearer picture of what the fuck is going on. So this individual decided to sweet talk his or her, whatever, who knows, it's a Kotaku writer, it really could go either way, sweet talk its way into the Discord that Kabrutus had, and looks like someone may or may not have jacked their jaws. So what does Kotaku, the enemy of gamers everywhere the world over, have to say about the situation? Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. I'd be willing to beg the differ, and I think the vast majority of gamers are willing to beg the differ, but alright, like, go ahead, try and cook. You're gonna burn, but try and cook. What you got for us, Alyssa? Sweet Baby Inc. is not the largest narrative design company in the games industry, nor is it solely responsible for the characters and stories in recent high-profile releases like Alan Wake 2, God of War Ragnarok, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Well, first of all, you already got so much wrong in this opening paragraph here. No one is ever considering Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League a high-profile release, so there's that one off the bat, but also no one is saying that they are solely responsible for these characters or stories. We are saying they're responsible for quite a bit of the recent DEI agenda-driven nonsense that is in these games, and it's not just Sweet Baby Inc. No one is saying that Sweet Baby Inc. We are all acknowledging there are several consultation companies much like Sweet Baby Inc., but they're the ones that we are crucifying to send a message because they're the ones that dared show their ugly face to the public. Late last month, the company's consultants discovered a Steam group dedicated to detecting... Why would you put detecting there in quotation marks? That's the correct use of detecting. When you say, like, use quotation marks, like, oh, detecting games, that's meant if you're using it incorrectly. That's... You shouldn't be using... Again, these Kotaku individuals, not only are they on the wrong side of the culture war and have absolutely insane lack of morals, but they don't even know how to write properly. This is so infuriating. The Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on. The purpose? To encourage people to avoid these games because the group has deemed SBI was pushing a woke agenda by working toward greater diversity. Well, to be fair, if your entire agenda is towards greater diversity, yes, that is inherently woke, because diversity should come naturally. It shouldn't be something you seek out for any sort of political pandering or agenda-driven reasons. So yes, it is woke by definition. If you want to have a game that's just got diversity in it but naturally, by all means, ain't nobody gonna have a problem with that. Equality and inclusion, or equity and inclusion. The Steam group now has more than 100,000 followers in its own Discord. 100,000? Hold on. Quit underselling it. It's got nearly 200,000. And you know what? Let's refresh real quick. Whoa, boom, another Thou Wow was added right off the top. So yeah, over 100,000. Look at Kotaku trying to minimize this. It's almost double. The gamers have spoken, and you don't like it, Kotaku. The Steam group now has more than 100,000 followers and has Discord that boasts nearly 2,000 members, but this ire against Sweet Baby Inc. and DEI initiatives in general isn't new. In October 2023, Kiwi Farms post shares similar sentiments, stating the company's involvement in Remedy's award-winning 2023 game, Alan Wake 2, was possibly one of the biggest scandals in gaming history. You wanna know what? The award doesn't matter. Everybody knows these awards are bought and paid for. Everyone knows it's political, everyone knows there's an agenda behind it. Why is it that the single best-selling game of of the year 2023, the best-selling game of the entire year, Hogwarts Legacy, didn't get a single nod at the Game Award. Don't try and sell us on this appeal to authority that, oh, look, they work on award-winning games. They must be a fantastic corporation. That's not how it works. The conversation around Sweet Baby Inc. has ignited a fundamentally misinformed, Gamergate-esque firestorm. Kotaku, you were around for Gamergate. You were on the wrong side of Gamergate. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if half of the individuals that work for Kotaku end up getting their cock sucked, because this is back when men still worked at Kotaku, by some females to get the good game reviews when it came to what was going on in Gamergate. So don't sit here and try and say that it's Gamergate-esque and act like you were the arbiters of virtue and truth when all that went down in 2014, about 10 years ago. You're trying to twist history. You're trying to get these individuals who weren't around back then, who didn't know what was going on, who aren't familiar with the history, and who have been misled because of all the lies, misinformation, and propaganda over the last 10 years when all this went down. You are trying to spin this in a way that makes you look good when you are the ultimate villains. You are the Ganondorfs of this situation, and every single person that's following this Sweet Baby Inc. page, they are the Links, the Tingles, and the Zeldas. And its employees have faced rampant harassment as a direct result. Industry figures have to deny allegations that SBI comes in and completely changes their games. I spoke with several employees of Sweet Baby Inc. to learn what the company actually does and how the misunderstanding of its role in the industry highlights a far broader problem. Oh, really? So what about all these articles and all these interviews and all this past information that we have found, that we have dug up, me, other YouTubers like myself, other individuals on X, other investigative journalists, that go back to at least 2020, if not earlier, where they acknowledge what they do and where they acknowledge their push for woke DEI agenda-driven narratives. So if you want to say, hey, I talked to them, they told me what they actually do, I bet it's a discrepancy amongst what they've been telling us for the last 4 years they've been doing with much smaller outlets, because they thought they're using those outlets talking to people that weren't a big notoriety or were very focused on a niche section of the culture war back in 2020 would keep their head down enough to where they could still speak in their own echo chamber. But sure, let's see what they had to tell you. What bad actors think companies like Sweet Baby Inc. do. Games industry has had its fair share of struggles lately, from massive layoffs to wildly expensive games like Suicide Squad falling short of expectations. Again, look at how Kotaku is downplaying this. If it wasn't apparent they'd chosen a side before, I don't know how it couldn't be apparent up to this point, but if it wasn't apparent up to this point, it's absolutely apparent now, because falling short of expectations is arguably the biggest understatement of this article thus far, possibly from Kotaku all week, and that is saying quite a bit. According to the loudest members of the Sweet Baby Inc. detected Discord, the company is directly responsible for those failures, not the studios that employed them in the first place, because of the content Sweet Baby Inc. allegedly forces into games. Again, nobody at Kotaku either understands the argument or they're flat out lying and being disingenuous about what the argument actually is. I'm not sure which is worse, but both are absolutely hilarious because nobody is falling for this. Nobody's buying it. We're not going to waste our time with Kotaku anymore. We're not going to worry about what Kotaku has to say. We all know that they're an absolute joke. In fact, kabrutus himself knows they're an absolute joke. What's this? You just, nice try. Quote tweets the article, nice try. Boom. 7.6 thousand likes. 282 bookmarks. What about what Alyssa's original? Okay, 1.8k likes, 584 bookmarks, but what about all these comments here? Did you ask them why they initially harassed the Steam account owner and Streisand the hell out of this for no reason? Big questions coming from Lofty Pixels. I highly doubt that was in the article. We'll skim real quick. Let's say, harass. Let's just Google. Let's see. Its employees have faced rampant harassment as a direct result, after facing harassment of their own. So yes, no, it looks like this article does not actually say that the Sweet Baby Inc. employees started the harassment campaign against kabrutus, who by all means violated no rules by simply making a Steam curation page. But yeah, funny how Kotaku leaves that part out, almost like how they left out all of the information when it comes to Gamergate and their views and their roles in that. So lo and behold, Kotaku is not a source of journalistic integrity. Elf Maiden Inn, we gamers voted with our wallets, showing how much we care about woke culture. We did not buy Kill the Justice League or Saints Row. We sent our money out in Pal World and Helldivers. Thank you for your hard work. Big facts, Elvin made in. God, I love that account. You don't hate journalists enough. You think you do, but you don't. Good on you, Arthur John Douglas. Does this article mention anything about Sweet Baby Inc. CEO being a full-blown racist? Because I have a feeling this article doesn't mention it. Yeah, it likely didn't, Flip. But we got Alyssa here, the arbiter of the article. Hi, you can't be racist against white people. Well, first of all, Felix Lego Butts used to drop the N-bomb and the F-slur quite frequently on Twitter, so hold yourself to the same standards. I believe that those would be considered racist and homophobic by your standards, Alyssa. But yes, also, community notes slapping you in the dick with your racism isn't limited to marginalized or minority racist ethnic groups. It is simply the unfair treatment of people who belong to different specific race, which can in fact include white people. Get community noted, Kotaku employee. I'm sure it's something you're used to at this point because you've been getting dunked on by the community notes since the system was invented. Kabrutus coming in again with the nice try. And this is what we're talking about. This is what it comes down to with Sweet Baby Inc. And this is what it comes down to with the internet. It does not matter that Kotaku is trying to run damage control. It does not matter that they can put out article after article stating, hey, we are on the side of this corporation that all these white, straight, male, misogynist, angry gamers are trying to throw under the bus despite the fact that they've done nothing wrong. We've got the receipts. We've seen the past interviews. We've seen the games themselves. We've seen their development cycles. We've seen how so many of them completely and utterly fail, and we've seen the way that these employees talk to and about individuals on the internet. So if you want to try and spin this narrative, I cannot imagine how you thought this would go over in a positive manner. You were doing far better off when you shut down and didn't say anything for a full week. This went down on Friday, and you didn't cover it till today on Thursday. I guess technically yesterday, Wednesday. You didn't cover it till yesterday, Wednesday. You gave yourself all that time off, ran multiple other articles while this stuff was bubbling up and more information was coming to the forefront. Why is that? It's because you're scared. It's because you could not find a good way to spin this. And then you felt like you had to do it anyway because you've got loyalty to people at Sweet Baby Inc. because you think that you can pull Gamergate 2, Electric Boogaloo, and make this all go your way, spin it in a way that in the next 5 to 10 years, the next generation of gamers are going to look back and think, wow, remember Sweet Baby Inc. and how unfairly they were treated? It's not gonna happen. The movement has grown far too big, far too strong, and far too large for some weak outlets like Kotaku to go ahead and just culminate and clasp on themselves individually. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Again, not always about the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, but my God, has that been blowing up on the last week, and I think it's a very, very important topic for nerd culture going forward. So yes, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon. Join the Discord. $4.99 a month gets you a membership, and there's a whole lot going on in there, including choosing the articles that I cover, and use discount code VITALIDOL to get some money off some merch, because I know you want a shirt or a mug. But until next time, it's all here in the nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.